Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Loving Amman show, brought to you by Augustus Media. It's your favorite Thursday show where we bring you the biggest stories of the week from the heart of Jordan. I'm Tariq.
I'm Mohammed, and whether you're all about staying in the loop with local news or you just love a good good community stories, we've got something for you today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let's get right into it.
This week is packed. We've got a little bit of everything, from some major local headlines to a dash of controversy. Let's kick things off with the Jordanian military stopping another drone smuggling attempt.
The Jordanian military is out here protecting the borders like true Nashmis. This week, they stopped another drone trying to smuggle drugs across the border. And this isn't the first time this kind of thing has happened before. It has been actually happening more frequently recently.
Yeah, it's becoming a real issue. The military is stepping up and adapting to these new smuggling techniques that are coming across from the Syrian border. This particular attempt was pretty bold, but the Jordanian armed forces were ready as always.
Yeah, for sure. They've always been ready for everything, like thankfully. And shout out to the Nashama for always keeping our country safe. It's wild, like to know how technology is changing the game when it comes to illegal activities like this. Drones are no longer just toys; they're being used for dangerous stuff and smuggling attempts, which is quite fascinating.
Absolutely. But the response from the military shows just how vigilant they are. You know, no matter how creative the smugglers get, it seems the Jordanian armed forces are just one step ahead of them.
Yeah, and this just reinforces how serious Jordan is about combating the drug trade, especially with these borders being so critical for the country's safety.
Definitely. It's a reminder of the important role they play, not just for Jordan, but the region as a whole. But switching gears, guess what? What's about to make our lives a whole lot easier? So Amman is launching a brand new taxi hailing app for the yellow taxis, the government taxis. So finally, a service that can rival the big names like Uber and Kareem.
Damn, it's about time, honestly. The streets of Amman have been begging for something like this. Imagine how smooth getting a ride would be once this thing goes live. No more waiting around or struggling to find a taxi. Honestly, I don't use taxis that much, but I can definitely feel like this is much needed.
Also, I think it's going to be cheaper. That's kind of the best part for me. It's going to be more integrated with the local taxi services, and since it's a government service, it means there's not going to be that middleman of a company. So it means we'll be supporting the local economy, which is honestly always a win in my book.
100%. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see how this app will change like the transportation scene in Amman, especially how it will affect Kareem and Uber and Genie and whatever else. Whatever other like all the other apps that are from third party companies. I feel like it will lead to better prices, more efficiency, and maybe even reduction in traffic, hopefully.
Fingers crossed, inshallah. It's a big move for the city, especially with all of the different ways they've been trying to work out the public transportation in Amman. They've been putting the new buses, they've been making bus lines, etc. So I think this is just another extension of that whole thing. So I'm hoping that they integrate this with a bus service command. Like I hopefully okay, yeah, I can order a taxi from this app, but also inshallah I'm able to buy a ticket for the buses, or I know where they're going. So okay, maybe inside where there's major routes, I take the bus, and then the last stretch, that last distance from where there's not a lot of bus lines, that's where I would use a taxi. So let's say I want to go from Amman to a friend of mine's house in Zara. I would take a bus from where I am, Abdoun, to the local station here. Then I would go to take a bus to Zara, and then from Zara I would take a taxi to the guy's house. I hope inshallah it's as seamless as that. So yeah.
Yep, hopefully. So be on the lookout for more updates. I know I'll be downloading that app the minute it's available for sure.
Yeah, so now the next story is a real feel-good moment. Our very own Crown Prince Hussein and Princess Rajwa were spotted celebrating the Nashma's stellar 4-0 victory in football.
Yeah, what a great game that was. The Neshama were on fire for sure, and it's great to see our royal couple out there as well, fully supporting the team. Was like it was such a heartful moment.
Absolutely. I think Kuwait won against Palestine, or they were like they got a draw. I think they got actually my bad. They got a draw 2-2. So now in our group stage, Korea is the top with 10 points, and then Jordan and Kuwait are tied for 7-7. And our next match is in November. And so all of this again is kind of building up to the World Cup qualifiers. But let's be honest, like the photos that surfaced on social media just showing how much this win meant to the royal couple, the pride we all feel for our national team. Like I loved it. It was something else for me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Neshama really stepped up, honestly, and having the support of the crown prince and the princess only adds to that. It's moments like these that bring the entire country together, honestly.
Absolutely, absolutely. So they were out there for regular fans, celebrating, enjoying the moment. The Crown Prince always seems to go to these big games, so so he's very much involved in these national moments.
Yeah, big congratulations to the Neshama, and let's hope for for more royal appearances too, like in the future.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you want to talk about the new controversy مع Farid Hassan?
Yeah, of course. On to something a little more serious. Local influencer Farid Hassan is facing major backlash over a video he posted this week. It's being labeled dangerous and sparked a lot of criticism online.
Yeah, so Farid did the stunt where he got his friend. So he was like standing still, and the whole idea of it is basically like his friend is going to break at the last moment, and you trust your friend so much that he's going to like do it perfectly. The thing is, he got hit and he had to go to the hospital. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's one thing to do something for entertainment purposes, but it's another when it comes to being unsafe. It becomes a whole different issue. Like a lot of people feel like he's setting a bad example because there's, I believe, like a lot of kids or like younger aged people that are watching him. So it's definitely not good for the youngsters.
I'm going to be the devil's advocate and say it's fine. Like, okay, no, it's not fine, but like that, I think, I don't know if he was like, I've seen his recent videos. I don't think there was any permanent damage. Now, there could have been. So I just want to know, like, would you, for instance, do you have a friend you trust his driving skills enough where you could stand still and he could go like with his car, like full speed and then brake at the last moment? Do you have like, would you, first of all, do you have a friend that you're willing to trust that much? And second of all, even if you had a friend that you're willing to trust that much, would you do it?
No, because I don't even trust like the vehicles. The vehicle itself, like there's no like there's not that many vehicles that are capable of doing such a feat or such a stunt, honestly. Because like braking at the last minute is like it's no joke. You can't just brake at the last minute. You need to like brake like 5 minutes before, not 1 minute before. So the whole thing is just like it's reckless, and I don't like. It just doesn't give me good vibes, honestly. Even though it's like he's not advocating for anything, but still, it's the underlying message that it gives is not great.
I think you're right, and that's why, the criticism is so intense. At the end of the day, safety should always come first, especially when you're influencing so many people.
Yep, and we'll see how Farid responds to all of this. But for now, it's a reminder that not everything is worth the views and likes. So please just stay safe out there.
Absolutely. And so that's a wrap for this week's episode on the Loving Amman show. We've covered a lot from Jordan's strong military defenses against drones flying drugs into the country to exciting new developments in Amman when it comes to transportation, royal celebrations at football games, and even some controversy regarding being run over by a car.
Thanks for tuning in as always. We're here every Thursday with the latest news, stories, and a bit of gossip from the heart of Jordan.
We'll catch you next time, Amman. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay connected.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in into the Loving Amman podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts from.